Ideally, I hope this is going to be a close one. I hope they can take this to 3 maps.
Sure.
I would love to see them being.
We have
more
not
evenly
seen a
spent.
game go to 3 maps yet. I'm really waiting for a game to go
there
3
too from
maps.
you, so like if we were talking about Nectar, and Nectar was always like that highlight player that you and I saw from like the Sentinel side of things on his former team. And I agree with Zoe here. I feel like also maybe it goes hand in hand though with the fact that the meta has shifted away from what we saw in that month, and Nectar maybe having a lot more time to make those adjustments.
Let's
We've
see
already
it.
got it started. It looks like Cozy. Let's dive into the action here with our second series within Americas.
All right, both teams going with a different approach. TSM going to go ahead and get rid of the server admin and Elsa. Gambit on
One
the other
team
side.
banned
We see this now
Elsa,
time and
but
time
one
again. We've got the
one
ban
team
right
banned
into the
and
protect
saved
so that
Elsa,
they can
chat.
have the cards
But the
on
other
their
team
side. I believe in the heart of the cards
banned
is what they're
and
trying to
saved
do
the
in
Gambit.
SPACESTATION. But looking
It's
at
gonna be
what they want to
interesting.
go with next, Elsa being saved. So you have two very good, top of their class, top of their role heroes being both banned and saved. This is definitely going to make things interesting.
Oh man, I mean, then you're looking at SPACESTATION side. I mean, they don't want to have that Gambit come out. Imagine that here, all the damage output that we could be seeing from TSM side as they
Both teams banned Tank Deadpool,
ban
obviously.
pool.
Tank Deadpool's
Okay.
really broken,
Going
chat.
on
Gotta
to
get
the
it
next
out of the
protect,
game.
though, here, Cozy. I already like what I'm seeing, though. It's been a really big focus, I think, as a highlight, and I think as people have made their adjustments to having triple ban within the respective rank game, as there's been a really big focus onto that strategist, because, as you just saw in our last series, how strong still, like, the triple strategist is.
You like throwing up?
No, for sure. And as we look at to what they're trying to pull together
me
as
to
their
get you
last
anything?
game plan, I actually have to give my tip the cap to TSM. I like that they're going with the Loki save and with the Loki ban instead. With
Wow.
giving the Star Lord up is going to be what was the last ban for them, but that
want me to
save
activate
happening
the
right
same
before
thing?
it is why it's so important to try to get that order of operations. I definitely think the tank pool was the right call 2 bans ago. But now giving access to what is one of the scariest combo of ults, especially on a map like this.
Emily's
in
okay,
Celestial
chat.
Husk,
She
is
just
gonna
doesn't
be
feel good right now.
a pretty tough thing to try to defend against here. We'll see as these teams lock in, Vicky. But who do you give the upper hand to for ban and pick?
I mean, seeing the fact that you have Gambit and Star-Lord, that's the win condition right there for SPACESTATION. It's gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna transcend here for both of these teams. Whereas TSM, they don't have the Gambit, right? But you have the Loki, you have the survivability if you end up copying out the Invisible Man, and that's why you see the bans that you see right there. Within the moment that SPACESTATION see that they wanted to protect the Loki, they would rather get rid of the Cloak and Dagger, whose ultimate lasts a lot longer than that Invisible boundary, than the Invisible.
This is gonna be a great
So
game,
they
though.
take that
I
off
think
because they're
both
gonna
of
make sure
these.
that that's not going to last as long as they try to proceed with their win condition of that Star-Lord.
I hope your
Hey, good
wife
luck trying
feels
to
better.
have
Being
your
sick is
Raging
never
Royal
fun.
Flush when you have Gale
She's my sister, but I
on
appreciate
Elsa.
it.
I mean, that is all you need right there.
Sister,
the
wife, same thing.
Glortrox is feared for a reason. I saw the favorite thing I saw the other day was like describe the meta right now, and someone just said Glortrox. I mean, it's true. I mean, it's an absolute ult to be feared, and Gale is one of those players.
She's not my sister, chat. Let's just let's calm down. She's not my sister.
We're gonna see him as much in this scene, but being on Elsa, we're gonna see now what they can put together.
I have a brother. I don't have a sister.
Strange Bedtime Story has been playing Star-Lord all the way back in Ignite 1, so we've seen what they can do there. And then we've got the Venom and the dive to follow. So we'll see.
Okay, let's get this, chat. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
Gale not afraid here on the Monster Hunter. That is Elsa.
I like Verity being able to take over onto that high ground position, trying to enable Gale to have the positional advantage, but SPACESTATION playing right below it as a line of sight. Very
Okay, let's see this. Let's see this. Let's see
Call
this.
out
Oh,
for the
Cal is
point
on the
gets
starting
unlocked in
roster.
the
That's
next
good to
3
see.
seconds here.
Cal
But
was a
lot more of
DPS
that
player,
neutral fight
chat,
that we
for
were able to
Envy, and
expect.
now he
We're
is
able to
playing
take
support
a lot of
with
damage,
TSM.
is able to
Very
swing
crazy
away
to see.
and pop the extra armor.
Yeah, Fidel, we're going to keep our eyes on him, obviously, with the Raging Royal. He's going to go ahead and get up to that 35% Nectar, being that huge anchor for this team. This is someone who's going to have to step up and get picks in this neutral, and Star-Lord can do that so well right now in the meta. Oh, but now going to go ahead. Okay, Nectar is doing exactly what we just said. Needs to get those opening picks, Vic. We got one to start it off.
Again, one of those star players that you have to keep your eyes on now. As they go in for the dive, they already know they're at the number disadvantage, and they're just going to stall out what they can because they got the point very early on. Nectar popping off of Fidel.
Yeah, Cal is playing support, which is very interesting. I mean, there are a lot of DPS players in the tournament, especially that you saw 100 Thieves last time. 100 Thieves had,
proving every bit of the point. Obviously, was on Sentinels before.
What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Chat. What's his name? He was a DPS player, but he ended up playing support for 100 Thieves.
Monk's gonna go ahead and rotate
Millennia. There you go. Yes, thank you.
See if they can try to get something early with the aggression now as well.
Delana's a flex player, chat. He's mostly a DPS player.
It is all but over for the next push for TSM. See how TSM responds. Cal's got to try to keep his eye on Fidel to see if he can copy that Raging Royal. That's going to be their game plan here.
Just staggering, lingering before diving in. Oh, forced out the invisible boundary. It still clips him.
Oh, both supports too. Bro, Venom players when they hit the ground and then like uses that, I don't know what the abilities are called, chat, but uses that like thing that connects them to the supports, and then he hits times the ult perfectly, so it all does that burst damage. Oh my god, the full combo, chat. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Ooh. This is a team that he's played with Doom, he's played with Fidel, he's
oh man.
with his fellow teammates in Intergalactic, and we saw that team coming together as one, shutting down a huge hit there on Cal. Nectar gets another, and right now this is just feasting time for both Venom and the rest of Space Station. My goodness, Vic.
And month 2 going all the way up with the rest of Space Station. They're literally hugging them on the other side of the point. But look who's here on the point. Bedtime, sorry, no one's looking at him. TSM keeping this in overtime, but is it going to be too little too late after they lose out on Gru next? Gilbert Nuno is incredibly low. They don't have that.
Damn, bro. Damn.
Keep your attention.
Oh, this was a dominating performance from Space Station, bro. I thought this game was... Hey, it's the first round.
So Space Station,
I thought it was going to be a lot closer.
One of those teams
I thought it was going to be like we just saw in the other series, chat, where like they were switching the points. Both all 3 maps went to 100 to 100. Oh.
Just got swallowed up by the Zimby in full.
Let me just see something real quick. 40. We have another one, chat. 41% on Space Station Gaming. 2.5 million. TSM has 3.5 million, but they're the team that you guys want to win. Space Station Gaming is the underdog. Don't tell me we're about to have another upset with chat.
You see Guru going over to Thing. And maybe could disrupt a little bit of the issues that we're seeing here, because currently TSM, especially that backline, has been pressured out by Blur and Nectar. The follow-ups are amazing. And then you have Necrise being on the Emma as well to try to jump and catch Bedtime Story whenever he's trying to go into their backline. A lot of peel potential on Space Station side.
All right, TSM, let's see what you have in response. And as we just said, having that legendary can definitely get things opened up. Necrise does have such a great counter to the ult, especially after the buff as well. And so we're going to look to see with that new damage mitigation what this Emma can do. Not seen a lot of Emma over the last day or so,
Travis Johnson with the 25 gifted sub. Absolutely insane, my friend. I appreciate it. Yo! Happy birthday. Oh, no. TSM looks like they're going to take the first point here. Maybe. Absolutely insane, Travis Johnson, you're too kind, my friend. I appreciate it.
There's not enough sustainability as TSM are showing some signs of life. A nice little stall out though before they finally take over.
There we go. There we go. It looks like TSM started finally getting their movement. I don't see enough movement, chat. If you know, you know.
Onto the Elsa HPA, but this is a great sign here for TSM to at least get set up early here, because Gilbert Noodle will have that strangling position on top of Gale and that ultimate.
Absolutely, and that's what their game plan was. Gale has a lot of pressure on him right now because you're going to allow the Elsa to be in this game. Well, guess what? You've got to take care of Nectar. You have to do your role and your job. The Glartrox is ready. They found the Venom diving in the back line now. Good job on the spectators with the eagle eye view to see here as Guru's going to rotate up, point up to 30%. Gale's got the Glartrox. Trying to find the right angle. They do have the Raging Royal. This is what the win con is. Here they go, rushing in. Cal 10% behind, not going to be able to answer on the defensive side. Vicky now at Fidel, pushing in, trying to find his first pick. Let's rotate over. And just in case of that Cal copy does play back, does get the defensive ult up though.
Never folds, and he puts everything on that Star-Lord ultimate that didn't give him what he wanted, because Cal was ready with that God of Mischief. He gets the copy onto the invisible boundary, and then Pizza Team Demon just rotates alongside them. Space Station force it back away. It's up to Doom to call out.
Slam dunk, slam dunk. Come on, man. You're supposed to be like LeBron James, bro. That slam dunk looked like Tony Snell out there.
It's a matter of time before it's clean up on aisle.
Come on, man. I want to see a good dunk.
These Vanguards are just a symphony hitting every note. Doomed and Blur are locked in step together, fighting and collapsing on the same target. They just got rid of 3 pieces in just one fall swoop. Guru has Clobber in time. Outside of that, though, not loving the timing of these strategist ults on the side of TSM. You have 70% up, though.
I got you, Broken. I got you.
Neutral, or at the very least, try to force out some ults. Because
hey, I just got here. Is this the first game? This is the second game of NA.
Everything climbing back up on Space Station side.
How you
now.
doing, Travis, though? I hope you're having a great day, my friend.
Here, as we
You're
see
too kind.
Absolute Infinity War happening in front of our eyes. On our second matchup today, Gilbert Neuter going to lead the charge as Gru. Go ahead and focus in, and there it is. Happy holidays once again. Bedtime story to put an end to the story.
100 Thieves is the last game of the day.
Space Station, but no connection.
Oh, the way they just played around that out of the line of sight was Chef's Kiss.
Ooh.
It's clobbering time. Side of Seduction just catches him, though, in the net. Forced to back away. You see the invisible boundary, and guess what the #1 problem is for TSM? It's been Blur, who has been constantly harassing this backline, disrupting them to split up their attention, and more time is wasting away. Strangling Prison follows up from Gilbert Noodle. Is it going to be a follow-up to actually back him up, as Gale is also very close to having that Apex Predator. Netcrise gets Guru out of here, and Monk following a little bit behind. Fidel had that Raging Royal flush, though, to try to get everybody into that position. Starlord up above. Isn't going to be able to find the Invisiwoman.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing ult again from Blur, trying to get that half health in. Nectar is just gonna go and collapse on top of it. Nectar and Doom to finish. This has been perfect coordination. One word to sum it up has been
this one looks a lot better, Chad. I like this. I like this back and forth gameplay here.
Gale, Cal have ults ready, 70% to 84. They've got
and Necrise is a controller tank player as well. There's a lot more controller tank players out there.
Play aggressive, move in now. We'll see if TSM can take this back.
Already nearing that 95% in favor for Space Station. Doomed does have that Meteor M as Cal gets the copy. You're going to be able to get the Rage Royal Flush over to the other side. That's a big copy, by the way, at that one. Before diving in, this could be the win condition. He needs to avoid the big meatball coming out of the sky. As you can see, Blur trying to get everybody up together. Gets the ante put onto him, forcing him to back away. Overtime ticket away as TSM do boot Space Station out, and they take the real estate for free.
Yeah, but Vicky, Videl and Month are so close to have ults together, and TSM is going to be in a world of hurt, especially when Bedtime Stories goes down with 82% up first. Gilbert Noodle at 93. They don't have much to respond.
Come on, TSM, you guys got to tie this up, bro. You guys got to tie this up. Please tie it up.
Going to go ahead and throw on the M ult. All eyes on the thighs now as they continue to.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
They at least have the point ready. A little bit on the Gambit ult early, but this might be it.
I mean, if anything, you're going to have to expect TSM to try to portal in, because Guru comes right back around.
Does Guru get the portal down, Chad? Does Guru get the portal down? I don't think so.
Back as Bedtime Story is the last one out.
And that was a lot closer of a round, but
end up burning that at the very end. Space Station with a great
Space Station taking the first game
2-0,
bro, on cost.
They had another chance to try to get that back, and it kind of felt like the ults were going that rotation. Bedtime Stories fallen early. I mean, the word was aggression, but the song was, as I said, coordination. They were able to play so well in these ready-go comms. And
you
Fidel,
okay?
who we highlighted early, played for a team not even in his region, stepped up so much to the plate, and did so today as well, leading that MVP charge.
And look at this. Not only were they able to let him get away with it on Gambit, we got to see some beautiful follow-ups with Blur trying to negate that backline from the other side. Even though they went over to some changes there, you can see Cal over on that white box. That is not what we saw out on our screen. It was that Loki. And that was even with Cal too, Cozy, getting the copy onto the Gambit at the very end. But it's kind of like you said, right? They utilized so much, and unfortunately those ultimates were so close together. And with the current recent nerf onto ultimate charge across the board, that's been like a very bold thing that we haven't really highlighted. And these changes influence comps like that when you try to prolong more of these ultimates, especially when you try to go out with the Loki ult too.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to let the stats speak too much for themselves, but a bit of a Vanguard diff there, right? 5 and 6 on the eliminations loss side on Guru and Gilbert compared to what Blur and Doom did together. I mean, just absolutely crazy with Necrise as well. I mean, we continued to see what the triple Vanguard lineup can do, especially at high-level play. You know, shout out to Guang and Ji Young, showed those stats in the dev vision. We can just see how effective it is at top-level play. Also need to see Cal and Pizza Demon a bit more in sync. These are two, great strategists put together on a team that has clicked in the past, but we need to see them do a bit better there. Seems like, Vicky, to me, they were warming up a bit on that first map, coming together a bit closer. But the game plan was behind Gale, and it was unable to hit all together.
I agree, and then Blur being a really big problem too. The win condition, if you look at Space Station and their current composition, is to make sure you have that Rage and Royal flush, you push Nectar forward, Blur waits to see if he could either bait out a strategist ultimate or is able to get that Feast of the Abyss online to then get that anti-heal, so that way they can actually delete the strategist through those ultimates that were already wasted here for that first map. And we know too, Cozy, domination is incredibly strong, but we got to see what we're going to be moving on to next to see how that's going to flow.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing the opposite of what we did with FlyQuest. I had both the teams, I believe, ranked at 5 on each of their respective groups because they both had the talent, but I wanted to see how they were together. And what FlyQuest was missing in that first map, they had a bit more ability.
Grungy Chords, appreciate that as a new tier 1 sub. And Noah?
It really was. It really was. I think, yeah, big takeaway.
Appreciate the massive 2 months, my friend. How you doing?
Was that SSG, as you already pointed out during the cast, just very well.
Yeah, Emily's fine, chat.
What
soup? Appreciate the massive 2 months. How you doing? How you doing?
They've been dictating the tempo of this match, and there was just so much pressure on that back line. Like, what do you want to do moving forward to stop Blur and Nectar getting away with this?
Yeah, I mean, Vicky, for me, if you're going to try to do the triple Vanguard thing, you have to have such a strong, dominant anchor there for the DPS role. And Nectar lived up to the part most of the time. I mean, was really able to get
Levi with 3 months inhales.
So, you know, that is the strategy going in now that the cards are revealed
with
quite literally.
10
Gambit,
gifted
but also
subs. Wait, chat is popping off today, bro. And Pringle King, appreciate massive prime sub as well.
Yep.
Massive W again, Hales. You're too kind, my friend.
Right? Like, the
You're
fact
too
that
kind.
You see the Gambit go through. Also, in the pick and ban phase, we got to see some bait and punishes too,
Put
right?
myself up here so you guys can see the casters.
What do you want to do? You want to ban out the Cloak and Dagger, so that way you don't have to deal with extra elongated ultimates.
You're too kind, Hales. You're too kind.
That would have actually shut down what Blur's goal would have been there too, right? Because he wants to try to go in for the anti. You have to catch a Cloak and Dagger at the very end. If they haven't burned away their dismiss. And then in that case, that's why they were able to note that exactly what that game plan was going to be.
Ban the Venom. Honestly, Zoe, ban the Venom. I think you've got to take care of what was the biggest problem. There were times where it's like, oh, Invisible Boundary up, no worries. And then you would have the clash of Magneto and Doomed and Blur jumping in there as the Venom. Those are some of the best Feast of the Abyss I've seen in a hot minute, I gotta say.
How many hours until 100 Thieves plays? 100 Thieves plays, and this is the second match out of 5. 100 Thieves is the last one. So you still got to go through
Going 17-0
this one, 2 more, then 100 Thieves.
Unbothered, moisturized, in Blur's
Raven, appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend. How you doing? How you doing?
Definitely adjustments that need to come in heading into this.
And YouTube is popping off. Hardstuck Platish with the 10 gifted subs on YouTube. Absolutely insane. I appreciate it, my friend.
Central Park. All right, Vic. I mean, are you surprised at all? I know we find New York a lot, obviously, to be a map that people depend on, whether it be Midtown or here. I would say, I don't know if I had on my bingo card that
Chat's
Central
kicking
Park
ass
was
today.
a
God
the last
damn.
one. As like
I appreciate
the
it, Hales.
map,
You're too
the
nice.
right
You're too
map.
nice.
But TSM, obviously, they know what they like, and not only for themselves, but maybe against Space Station, and whether it be scrims or intel that they did have from the coach and all. But yeah, we got to see them lock together more, and this is a bit better of a map that they can find that success.
Yeah, because if you take a look at like what we saw from the stats, obviously Gale was on fire, right? Like even though it showed that he went 6 and 2, he literally put down like less than like 18k damage on that dot, and that further like highlights. Okay, well you're gonna be able to build into these strat ults a lot easier, but is this gonna be?
Does this stream help with Twitch drops? Yes, Twitch drops are on this channel. Yes. If there's any drops ever for Marvel Rivals chat,
where I think TSM
I got you guys. We are the #1 watch party stream.
Teams,
if there's ever any matches you guys want to watch, I got you guys.
Pros, right? They just weren't all together on one team. I want to give a shout out to Month as well on Envy. You know, I think this is a player that I wanted to see develop a lot in the offseason, and obviously showing great here. Got to cast some, grassroots stuff and see them evolve as a player. Obviously got to meet them over in China and Guangzhou and see what they could do for Envy when they got all the way up to second. So coming into this new team and playing a good backbone part of this role with Fidel has been really cool to witness.
Do you think either teams will be switching things up, or do you think like we're just going to be kind of leaning towards that triple Vanguard for SSG and the more 2-2-2 style from TSM?
Chocolate, what are you saying?
I think they're going to let the Elsa through again. Why not? I mean, I think they were
feel
fine
like
with how that
Bedtime Story should have been on Hela and a morph there for Star-Lord and Venom.
Is going to be very similar to what
these teams practice
in the pick and bans. I think if anything, just make sure that
scrim
you do not
a lot and against each other, chat. So I think
I think they're even afraid of that.
They know
On the other hand, I am expecting the triple Vanguard to really come out from Space Station. We're gonna see how that works out because we know that these players are also flexible. We've seen that before, right, Cozy?
Yeah, for sure. On Central Park, it'll be interesting to see what route they choose, especially on the sense of Gale and Guru. I want to see who they end up selecting on this map because in the past,
I wonder if they're
know
going to go
Gale
to a
did
break or
prefer
they're
a
just
lot
going
of
to
Hawkeye on this map. You know, even at times Moon Knight Storm has made her entry a little bit as well. But it's going to be a different ball game for them as we find ourselves in just a complete new meta altogether.
Rudy,
That's what I think makes
appreciate
it
the
so
massive new
exciting.
tier 1 sub, my friend. How you doing? How you doing?
Took the right approaches
They're
as well.
talking. They're
Like,
talking
to
a
me,
lot
I
because
want
they have to
offer a
wait.
little
Chat.
bit of those newly
There's a lot of
signed
stuff that you guys don't see on the back
nerds,
end.
right?
The players are probably
it felt
going to the
like that they
bathroom.
finally were
The
clicking
players
a
are probably
little bit
getting
there on that
water.
second point of
The
the map,
lobbies are
outside of
not. The
just a couple
lobbies
of the
not
ultimates.
ready.
So
They're picking the
it's
maps.
fairly easy.
There's a
Ban
lot
the
of stuff
Venom,
that's going
start
on in the
from
back
there,
that you guys don't see.
and then try to get some things
The
rolled
caster's
together here on
job
Central
is
Park
to
and,
talk,
you know, map you
to
pick.
stall until the players are ready.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
also feel
obviously,
like, by the
like,
way, like we saw. Sorry, so I was just seeing like the Star-Lord diff. You know when you're going into your own games and you get to see like somebody try to diddle you and they just try to find you and isolate you and try to beat you in the ditto. I feel like we saw that a few times too in that first map.
We really did. Yeah, I think maybe the first map here was also just, I mean, first of all, it's predetermined map, right? So like, might not be everyone's favorite. And maybe they were just like kind of feeling it out, trying to see what the opposition has in store for them. Because I think a lot of the teams, obviously, if they know like you're opening matches against Team X, like you're not going to scrim them, so you might not actually get that much insight. And maybe you're not as prepared as you would be if there was more footage on those teams in this new meta.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Central Park is ready. The teams know
Is
exactly
Cozy
what
your
they wanna
brother?
do, and we'll see
No,
now if
you
we get
can tell
another
that he's not my
2-0,
brother
and what some would
because
say
of the
they
hair.
expected, others would have, you know, their belief in TSM, cough, cough, myself, at least in this point. And this is what I wanted to see, though, is how it all comes together as one. They've been here before, though. Plenty of these teams, especially TSM, has had their backs against the wall and told the team that can't do it, right? But Space Station, wow, what you can do for your org to say, hey, we're here for the next year of Ignite, and we're ready to go.
And looks like our teams are ready as well. Let's get this started here. We're moving on to our second map in our group stages, guys, as we take a look for the first time at Group B after we saw the action play out in our first series between our two teams in Group
Hey, first
A.
time watching the
And we
Twitch
talked
stream
about
and
it
watching
before,
YouTube for a
Cozy. We
long
mentioned the pick and
while,
ban
5
phase may
weeks.
have been
Hey, welcome,
where
my
the
friend.
TSM
Welcome.
team may have fallen short
Welcome
on it.
to
It's
the
the
best
gambit off the
stream, bro.
table.
Right,
and said,
chat?
all right, we ain't gonna have that, but guess what? That opens up for the Protect next as Space Station's on the attacking
okay?
side, and they get to protect the Elsa.
All right, with Gambit, yeah, both being banned.
you
that
okay?
definitely will change how this already opens up with the protection on Elsa on their side as well. They're like, okay, you guys played her, okay, but give us the server admin this time, and we'll show what you can do with the Monster Hunter herself. The Vanguard protects on the Deadpool. This is just now going to offer a completely different flow and pace of the game that we just saw from Domination. There's the Elsa pick, the Elsa ban, so
Are
the
you
strategy
okay?
that we saw on the opposite side from TSM last going to light. With this next ban it's a very important ban if you were TSM here, looking at what the strength was of Space Station, which we've highlighted was the Venom. A bit early here to probably ban that Venom. They're going to go with the Deadpool Vanguard instead.
Okay. Already expecting that from Space Station side, something that TSM get to protect from themselves. We get to see their next protect here. What are you going to try to lean into, right? Because you won't have the Elsa on your side, which was what was allowing you to pop off originally, right, Cozy?
Okay.
Because we got to see that from Gale already specifically, and you won't have that damage
Michael,
boost
appreciate
to
the
really
massive
work
Prime
into
sub,
your
my friend.
favor,
Hales,
as you
appreciate the
protect
massive
that
gifted sub
Mantis,
as well
so you can
again, my
expect
friend.
that triple strategist to roll out.
Yeah, the Mantis Protect is big here. I actually like the change that they're going to try to roll with, especially with the Mantis ban. Got to try to find where they can, you know, get themselves the edge. And that'll definitely be it. As far as, you know, not having the Elsa, Gale.
Yeah,
can play
Emily's
just
not
about
feeling
anything.
good,
I'm not too
Okay.
worried about him on the hit scan side of things. I mean,
We got
we've
her
seen Punisher
food,
in the
though.
past and more.
Hopefully she'll
Invisible
feel a
gonna be
little better.
saved there from Space Station. So for our last ban, looking at what you have available, Loki's no longer an option for Cal, so they'll have to adjust. This is exactly what I was hoping. Get that inverse Loki ban on their side is what they're looking like they're going to lock in. We have two very different team comps up together. TSM going to be more in the most likely triple strat approach.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I was waiting for it, Cozy. I already see these adjustments. So
Can we do
talked about it,
predictions?
right?
Yes,
Right before we
predictions
got
are
into the series,
predictions
like,
are for the
you're
whole
gonna have to see
series,
some
chat,
of
not
these
per
changes.
game.
We were expecting it coming out into that pick and ban phase, basically like a whiplash of what we witnessed in our first map, and this is the adjustments that you need to make, especially in a best of 3.
Jay,
There
whose
two out of
team are
3
you on?
situation
I am
where
a
TSM
content
find themselves at a
creator.
loss.
I am
Space
signed
Station
to
already putting
no
themselves in the
team
driver's
at
seat, and we get to
the
see
moment.
Angela, maybe not from the side I was expecting, Cozy, but from
Oh, man.
Neckrise, who also has a sick Angela.
And Cal on the Adam Warlock, good old nod back to the Envy days. He did play plenty of Adam, and obviously duelist for that team, and so I was hoping that that's the route they went. Pizza Demon over on the Cloak and Dagger. That is where you're gonna find the success, and we just saw,
Who do you want to win?
You leave Adam Warlock available to
I
one
want to
team,
see
and
a
they
good
know
game,
exactly
chat.
how to rotate
I am
and use
rooting
the best
for my
res to
friends.
their advantage.
A lot
It
of
is
my
very tough to
teams,
beat a team
a
that
lot of
wants
my
to
teams,
twice,
a lot of my
especially at this
friends
level
are
of play.
on a lot of these teams, chat. I
Can't
want
wait
to see good
where these
matches.
teams situate
I don't like
themselves
the,
as just
all
staying
day
number
has
one
been
in
2-0.
Americas as we
I
get
want to see a
rolled out. It's
close
important to know
series.
how
I want
that
to
50
see
man phase is
I want to
always
see a
important
neck and
too,
neck game
based
go
on
to a
which
map
team's gonna be starting
3.
on what side as we move on to
2-0s are
convergence.
boring, bro.
Central Park getting these different looks too of these different maps.
I just confessed I own most of the teams. I wish.
Right now. Daredevil having the Elsa, the Venom, and Necrest. I mean, this is the dive. The dive that's going to thrive right now in this meta.
To be honest with
Mutt
you,
is
Space
going to
Station
lead
Gaming. Oops, I'm blocking
with
it. Sorry.
the
Space
cute
Station
baby,
Gaming.
but deadly
I
land
know
shark now going on the
months
top end, like the
pretty
rotation
well,
they're trying to take there.
but for
Once again,
TSM,
Blood
I
is
do
going right
know
to the
like
thing.
a lot
Like
more of their
Venom and
players.
City
So
want to do
I
best.
mean, I
Please
guess
do
if you
the
want
Lord
to know
Lord
how many more,
himself
I have
coming
more
right out,
friends
40%
on
up and
TSM than I
ready.
do Space Station.
Stories
So
rotating
let's go
over.
TSM.
Oh, what a huge pick to open up on Fidel, though. That's going to slow down what is otherwise the aggressive early dive thought.
Oh, he domed him in the head like back-to-back, actually. Oh, no, that's my health pack. Unfortunate for the Angela to back away before being able to boost at least into Month's strat ultimate for trying to dive back in. But the problem still remains, it looks like, Cozy, where Blur has been the issue here. He keeps disrupting this backline, and not only that, you have to worry about Doom being on the Daredevil on top of Necrite trying to shish kebab you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that pickoff also just stops a lot of the momentum that they had in the last Pizza Demon to get closer to that. And there's Cal finding
Dude,
one to
the
be
triple
strategic.
support
That's
with
what you
Adam
want.
Warlock.
Triple
I don't know,
strategy, all
man.
that
This is
survivability,
looking
but
pretty
if you get
good.
those key picks, it's going to allow you to survive something like Pizza Demon falling. Fidel's going to crash again, and right now TSM is definitely finding themselves here in New York under the reign of Dracula, trying to get themselves back into this thing. Gilbert Noodle close on the ult. Gale going to follow with that combo, and look at every strategist ready to go nearly, with Cal coming last, but that's important. This is going to be up to the wire here if they're able to hold on. 2.5 minutes left, Nick.
They know somebody's right behind him. It's a Daredevil. They try to go in for the dive 1-2 onto the strat back line, and with the Feast of the Abyss, then you have the third member.
Oh,
in
do they have the
chessboard,
res?
and
They don't
that's
even
gonna
have
be
the
that
res
side
yet, bro.
following up together with Doomed and Blur.
They don't
That's
even
a
have
lot
the
of
res
damage,
yet,
and
bro.
They only used up 2 of those. Whether one of those.
I don't think they're
ultimates
gonna get. If
between
they get the
Blur,
TP,
whereas
no,
on the
there's
other
no way
side,
they get the
TSM
TP
had
down.
those 2.
No.
And it happened
I
like
think
at
they're gonna
the
need to get off
perfect
this team
time,
comp.
because they had their, oh my god, the portal with the cap doesn't matter. They were 5% or so from just having the full the gameplay just completely happen to their liking with the strategy.
Oh my.
But Space Station didn't give them an inch to breathe, and that's what you want to do with this comp. But perfect ult tracking and or just
I
hits to
think
get this thing
Bedtime Story
rolling.
is a
Space Station
great
still has everything
player.
to
Don't get
pick.
me wrong.
Yeah, that physically hurt me.
But I feel like
That
they're
was so
wasting his
unfortunate.
talents
They're
on
getting a
that
bad spot and,
on
like,
that
then
character, chat.
capitalizing it, waste so much time, and it's so important.
Don't
right,
get
for
me
this
wrong,
portion
Mantis
of
is
the
really
second
strong.
checkpoint as he releases the Glortrox onto the strat.
Also,
Findo,
so
great
if you
timing
guys really want to
from
do this
that
in your
Soul
ranked
Resurgence
games
on
and
the
it
Mantis
looks smart,
ultimate must end
play
against
Mantis
Jeff.
if the other team has a really good
Necrite
Elsa.
avoids here going
Because
to the
like
back
you
line
just
of
saw, if
looking
the
at
other
her
team
health balance, but at
Glortroxes
least Cal does have the
as
pass.
Elsa
That's gonna be the most
ultimate
important
ability,
for TSM,
and you
because
Mantis
if you can
ult,
get away with it, which you
technically
can,
if you get hit
it's
by,
gonna
and
be
you're
a full
Mantis, you
reset
pop
here
your
for
ult and you
TSM.
get hit by that
Oh
ult
my
and your team
goodness,
gets hit,
absolute
technically
lunchtime
you're
buffalo.
ulting
Anyone notice the big old
and you're getting
just
pulled, your whole
three
team's
pieces
gonna
that
get
just
healed
happened
because you're
off the
ulting
map
as
from them,
Mantis,
a
unless you
full
fall off the
reset.
map.
At first, I'm like,
So,
oh,
like,
wait,
your
okay,
whole
they
team
just
will
adjusted it
live
back
if they
together as a
don't
team. No,
use
it's
any
gonna be
other
Mutt
ults.
throwing them off quickly with the spin
Really
out.
good play.
Cal does have that
But,
res still.
they
They
still
did
lo-
use
they
both
still
the other
lost
strategies for
that.
a few points, so they don't have a lot of a defensive effort. Doom gonna have the devil out right now. A little bit of a neutral game. Cal, I would say, in the TSM.
Or you
team
can
have a
ban
bit of an
Elsa, yeah,
advantage
that's true.
With this
Palace,
resurrection,
appreciate
we'll
it,
see if
massive
he
donut,
gets
my friend.
out of
Too
place,
kind.
though, and out of pocket. Doom gonna go ahead, dive in, has the devils ready to be let out. Here it comes. Vicky finds one with Bedtime Story and continue to look for success, but good bubble there.
And is the Born again lasting long enough to avoid letting the devil out? Because guess what? Blur is still in the fray, and we are Venom, the Feast of the Abyss. Unleashed. Does it find it smart, though? It does not, because he gets punished immediately afterwards. I love this positioning that we're currently seeing from Gale, who is currently damage boosted by that Mantis. You see different positioning held by Cal to also harass them. They hold them back for now, and TSM finally gets some room to breathe.
I've said this for this team time and time again, whether it's in Ignite or other tournaments, Gale is such the glue that holds this team together, especially with the damage boost up. You're giving this man everything you need. Didn't work on the else on the last map, but have it here on this one with a good rotate. Now looking Pizza Demon and Bedtime Story getting close to the Soul Resurgence. They need to hold on, though. This is where they kind of broke on the last first point. Can they get these points up? Guru's going to get Nectar out. That's going to give them the time they need to get these other strategists holds. And hopefully, if you're a TSM fan, get this thing going a bit more.
Oh, they couldn't get the kill.
It was
though,
only
bro.
up to Blur, and he's still alive.
They're on season 7 patch. They're not on the current patch that just happened Thursday. That little mini one with Deadpool, Elsa, and White Fox. That's not in the game right now.
Blur comes down. By the way, another piece of the abyss. You would think it's Thanksgiving here. How he's been feasting like it's a buffet. He moves back, but the Glartrox gets sent out, and Gale then gets a follow-up. I mean, negating those two ultimates that were used from Space Station.
The perfect answer, the Glartrox and the Feast of the Abyss, one of those alone should be able to get a couple wipes, but no, it's going to be them only using the Soul Resurgence, keeping the team up, and this is it. 1 minute, 24 seconds, have the internal bond ready. Cal should be close to follow up there. Look out for Munt, though. We'll see how this It's Jeff is going to play the biggest part of this matchup and what could be their path to a 2-0, and he's hungry. He's hungry, Vicky. He's ready for lunch.
I think everybody's just hungry on this team, it looks like. But Monk does get stunned temporarily. He's still alive for now. Getting pocketed by Fidel. Here over to the other side. Necrai just looking for the hunt before diving in. And it's going to be Guru who tries to find the isolation onto the Jeff. Originally, I love the fuel that we currently see from Necrise. Cloak and Dagger here from Pizza Demon is going to have the Eternal Bond to paint the floor purple before backing away. But the way that Space Station's playing this, they're just backing away here instead.
They had the res, too.
That Cloak and Dagger Eternal Bond said, okay, fine, you can have this
They
space
can't die to the
before we try to
Jeff, chat. They
recontest
can't
with
die to the
Bangle.
Jeff.
Yeah, Cal ready to go, too, and you can see him playing way back. Not just a little back, in the castle. Fully hoping to get this resurrection rolling for the team. Doom going to go ahead and get picked up on the Bedtime Story. Cal going to bring him right back, and here they go. Win again, fight again.
Wait,
Gale.
I can't see who's... How many people does he have? Oh, he has 2.
That's, my God, just disgusting.
Born again into gone again.
Hey, that was a good hold,
Thanks
even though
to
they
the
took it to
from
almost
Monk, and
overtime
now
and they got
Space Station
rolled
gets that
first
second
point, so
checkpoint.
I think
It
that's
also
pretty
gives
good.
them a good amount of time to control a lot of this extra space.
That was pretty good.
Seeing set up by that bridge.
It feels like Space Station has a strategy right now, and TSM, they're figuring out what theirs is as the match plays on. And again, to allow symbiotic shenanigans with the Venom and the Jeff is just such a tough thing to go up against. Gale trying to get some pickoffs early, has the in-song. They also got the Clover in time, but good luck as the Glartrox on this stage of the field is super tough to deal with, at least trying to keep out and keep up alive.
A lot to worry about here, too, on this extra side. You can see the way that TSM are just trying to play a little bit split, trying to give them attention to make sure that they have heal for that backline. That's why you see Cal made that swap over to that Luna, trying to get a freeze if they can. Bedtime Story swapping over to the No More. They've isolated that Blur. Has been a problem here, but you got to look right in front of you.
Yeah, they got off triple support for 3rd point.
He's out, and he sees himself at the very top of the
They win
food
the
chain
No
as
More,
Space Station
and they
created
also
more space
switched
up ahead.
to
Blur
Luna,
has
which
a
I think
piece
this
of
is our first time seeing
Down goes
Luna
front
in the pro
line,
play.
What are you going to be able to come back with? Cal's a mile away from the ult. Bedtime Stories falls again. Pizza Demon maybe can get back, but it's Jeff falls as well. And this is going to be the push all the way to the middle of this castle. First point going to be a 3-0. 1.75 on the clock. Nectar finds more. Nectar
They capped that. Wow, and they capped with 30 seconds left. They took the whole 3rd point with like a minute. Wow.
Space Station quite
Damn.
literally blasting off.
Damn.
Our eyes as a new team.
What's the ban style for
Dude,
this
if you're
tournament?
like TSM
There's
having
4
to, like,
bans and
track
2
Space Station and the
saves
different
for
angles
each
that they're
team.
taking, you would get whiplash.
Right there, as you
Because
can
you
see.
got Angela flying over to your backline.
It's the tournament ban
together
phase.
with Blur, and then they were having to worry about the dive opposition from Space Station. They made the adjustments very quickly, Cozy.
Hey,
but on
hey,
TSM
considering
side,
that
they did win, like,
Space
those 2 to 3
Station-
fights. They made changes, but maybe a little too late.
Wait.
Because those 4 staggers were pretty rough too.
Dare I say welcome to orbit? I mean, can I even say welcome to orbit? I mean, look at what this is able to be done as a team put together, and really all these players showing that they don't only have the talent, but they are able to combine what has been not only meta strats, but
Yeah,
like
no,
the
never mind.
strategy in
Space
general
Station is kinda like-
for this team coming together as one.
Oof.
If you're TSM, you've got to look at what you can do defensively or offensively here to try to put them a little bit more on their.
Did they?
Get ready.
I want to say going to their backup plan, but I feel like
Did
Space
they
Station,
did they
have
mention
an answer
Overwatch?
to this.
Uh-oh, fined $5,000.
Alrighty,
Can't
for it.
mention
We're-
Overwatch on a Marvel
Cal
Rivals
at least being on the
broadcast.
Jeff. means that when they see Fidel
Uh-oh.
using the invisible boundary and everyone wants to get healed up right back together, you're gonna expect the itch death from their side.
I don't know,
of
chat
things.
said it.
And
I didn't
kinda
hear it.
taking a note here from what we already
But,
saw from Month.
Oh,
Now
Cozy
Space
said,
Station
welcome
gets
to
set up up on
Orbit.
high
Oh, come
ground.
on, man.
Blur already getting ready too, but Blur's been a big highlight now as you see him take out the group.
Ooh, thank you.
Okay, so here we go. Blur.
Thank you.
Eyes
You're
on
too kind.
Blur. We saw plenty of the Venom side. Month's still going to stay on that Shark. And right now, their
thank you.
strategy early was look for that Born
Hope you
again.
feel
and
better.
then
Let me know if
just
you
keep
feel
the game.
better.
Now, not going to have Cal on that. He's going to match him with the Shark. Up is Gilbert trying to take a page out of Blur's note on the first map. It's a little bit of something going. Just trying to get those cooldowns, those important hits for their team. And we saw plenty of bedtime story on Psylocke with those early buffs. We'll see if he can take full advantage. Angela going to go and get a quick hit on there as Necrise now has a bit of the advantage on the height.
Still being that mosquito that they're trying to swat away, though. Taking a lot of that damage, and this is the issue when you're running a triple Vanguard lineup from SPACESTATION, and you have Month and Fidel who are keeping everyone alive. But look at this communication. They back away before they try to recontest here. They're the ones with the group. You got to take your eyes to see which of these ultimates are online, but it's going to be TSM having the tank pool to be able to dive right back together. But Necrise off to the side says, what are you waving at? You down there back in the spawn room gates after getting that environmental KO.
Yeah, we saw with Angela and the nerf she got you just to be that much more precise when you do get those pickoffs as Angela, and he is showing that it did not at all affect the pro scene, at least on his side of things. Now Guru is going to look to try to get back together with his team, and this Elsa pick is just doing way more for SPACESTATION in terms of space making and picks happening. Now Month playing a bit back here, 92%.
That is true. Good Angelas are very annoying. I hate Angela, bro. And she's a really good tank because she can. Well, she is a good tank in the air.
The invisible boundary. Fidel trying to find some room. It's gonna be this. I mean, no, you can run, but you can't hide.
Ayúdame. Ayúdame.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, chat. That's how you protect a teammate.
Back up. And you got the double jump too, right? But they were able to find that pick up the Jeff. And that's so unfortunate because look how close TSM were getting to that second point. And then the immediate turnaround. Necrise has been on fire. So Blur leaves some room too. As I've also moved in here. This Vanguard lineup from SPACESTATION is impeccable.
One Wing Angel getting it done. All at once.
I think Marvel Rivals players are more obsessed with Overwatch player than the other side around. No, trust me, that's not true at all.
And we've got the dance.
I've noticed something in my life as a streamer.
To not be able to find that value.
I play Marvel
here at
Rivals
Psylocke,
day in and day out. But when I go play Variety, my chat likes it. They don't complain. Now, when I play Overwatch and I play something else, they call me a traitor. They say a lot of mean shit.
Meteor goes down, connect. Goes through with the slam dunk, Vic.
He goes in and he left Gilbert Noodle one, by the way. Like, again, Doom now moves up.
No, rival players do not do the
still
same
has
thing.
that ultimate ready to go. Angela's been such a problem. I mean, if Aerith saw this, she'd be having a little bit of PTSD, as you had mentioned, the One Winged Angel coming out to play. But TSM do have two ultimates. The only thing is, though, here, Cozy, they don't really have anything to really follow up. It would have to be Gilbert Noodle that opens it up to allow Gale to pop off of an anti from that piece of the abyss.
Yeah, fourth out, Gale just going to go in and throw up the legendary from the back, see what they can find. This is kind of what we've seen from him. Gilbert Noodle does get two in the back.
Oh, they might get it. They might get it. They might get it.
Take point one. This fight is going to continue.
Hey, they got it.
All you need to keep your opportunity alive for your first appearance in the
They got it, bro. They got it.
To Vicky.
This should be fun.
Great option coverage, too, knowing that everyone wanted to hide away from that Galactic Legend and wanted to hide inside that hallway, so you get the Feast of the Abyss
to
clean
here?
up the rest of that fight. SPACESTATION, though, already back up, trying to hold this choke. And remember, when we saw TSM originally on the defense, they were stuck over some big staggered KOs, and Necrise still holding onto the ult before Gilbert Noodle tried to dive in. He sends it down on the spear, but no follow-up as everyone was kind of outside of that tank pool bubble, but Bedtime Story still gets called out.
Yeah, there's actually a big pick there from Guru to be able to help out and trading the duelist front, but with the res that has him back.
Cal has played so many characters already. He played Adam Warlock, he played Luna.
Gets that love.
Now he's on, I guess, 3. Now he's on the Rocket. I guess they're trying to see what sticks, you know what I'm saying?
We'll see if they continue forcing the ult from Fidel. This gives them not only the space, but also the ult advantage moving in, Vicky. Like what I'm seeing from TSM here. Nectar, though, close to the Glartrox. Look out for this rotate.
He was Cloak and Dagger, too.
To
Yeah, man, he played, and Loki. He's playing a lot of things,
too.
man.
To try to save the day. Does have that itch chef ready, but Space Station have a lot of along the sider too, as TSM are down a minute less than 55 seconds. And I like the peels too, because you currently see them just going to be able to follow up with that team up from the Venom too. You try to go in for the Feast of the Abyss if you're Blur, but fails to land on its mark here. Instead, TSM having to dive down. The BRB brings back Pizza Demon at the very least, and now you get to have that
Oh, that's a good ult. That's a good ult. You guys gotta kill the people there. Oh, nice
Not
dodge,
gonna
nice
get
dodge. You
caught
guys gotta
by
kill the
Instead,
people
he tries
though.
to clear the point, and you have Bedtime
Oh,
Story
oh,
as the insurance
bedtime
policy
story with
to
the
find three.
That
amplified
is a
Psylocke.
TSM that
Yo,
we expected to see a little bit. They look
I
way
feel like
more
Psylocke is
organized
such
on
a great
this,
character
like
this
they had
season,
a
chat.
plan
All my
against
Psylocke
what
players
might be
out there, bro,
thrown
we
at
are
them.
eating
Definitely a lot of
well.
work being done by that res defense,
We
by the
are
way. Two
eating well, bro.
crucial
I'm
reses
loving
happened at the right
Psylocke.
time.
I'm
Now,
loving
2 minutes,
Psylocke.
41 seconds. Only 26 seconds left for Space Station, so they're on track. TSM is. They used a lot, obviously, but needed to. Gilbert going to be close and can combine with Gale. They did that just enough to get .1, Vicky. Let's see if they use that as their option here.
Especially with Month, by the way, swapping over to the white box. As Bedtime Story is the next victim here. Necrise tries to move all the way up. No Heaven's
These
Retribution we're holding on to. They're coming in clutch. It's so big here. That's why we see that rocket swap up too, right? They wanted to see if they could try to get these follow-ups immediately when we see that Fidel was on that Invisible Woman from Space Station side. And now you have the Galactic Legend from Gale. Just putting
Could they
in so
have
much
a
of the
comeback?
pressure.
I don't
Everything
know,
for
man.
Space
Chat,
Station, though, they're out of
don't
his
say
line
it.
of sight. They walk away. Just wait for it to end.
Yeah, we all know Venom. I mean, he just keeps feasting. It is very hard to take that man down. They full committed on it. Doom going to go ahead and find a quick hit on Cal. Finally getting rid of the raccoon and going to continue to find what was left from it now. And there's Guru trying to throw up his best ult. Doom goes down from it. Bedtime Story starting to heat up a little bit here on Psylocke in the neutral. I'm going to go ahead and try to hunt for Angela and the Yokai next. Finds more, 42%. Vicky, Pizza Demon needs to get this ult as quick as possible on this next rotation. Next, you're getting close to the Glartrox. Does find the best of Bedtime Stories. That slows them down. Minute 27 in counting.
Wow. Talking about these BRBs, look at this. Bedtime Story is right back as a problem, and Bedtime Story, as you mentioned, maybe taking a little bit of time to warm up here.
Rocket's such a great character, bro.
You see the dive there
Just
from
the
Venom, and
fact
that's
that
why
if
these
someone
swaps have been so
dies,
crucial,
Rocket
too,
just
because
can
Month
bring someone
realizing,
alive
okay,
every
they haven't been
45
able to
seconds
take
is just
care of Cal,
crazy.
so they're gonna need to get
It's really
more
strong.
of this follow-up, the synergy going in this communication. Gale tries to go in for the peel, help out the back line as Blur is forced to back away, but he's got the reset available with the Feast of the Abyss.
I mean,
Doom
it is
dives in
boring,
on top of Cal
but
and
I mean,
finds the
Rocket is
next
really
hit.
strong, chat.
Oh man, just do not let the lawyer get too close to you. Objection. Blur finds one. Necrise another.
Wait, he just killed an invisible
Psylocke.
Psylocke.
Left to reset and do your last bit. And
Chat, coming up here to the last fight. They have the Animal Crossing backline ultimate abilities. They also have bedtime.
First appearance of White Fox.
3 ults compared to ooh, Space Station. Space Station has 5. Wait, I just realized Month is on White Fox.
That's 2 for the price of 1 with the respawn. Guru gets doomed in return for the overextension. Doesn't matter though, as Month Pizza out of here with the ult. That's huge.
Puts the extra pepperonis on the pizza though off of that too. Being able to get that follow-up is amazing. TSM down that 1 extra member, and that's why they made that swap. Now Cal is forced to get off the rocket, goes over to the Luna, no BRB, and now we're going to be able to play Patty Cake right next to the Invisible Woman's shield instead. Nectar gets Bedtime Story.
That's unfortunate.
TSM has that BRB. Now this time from Pizza Demon. Says, all right, don't worry, Cal. I got you if you don't want it, but is it going to be enough to deal with this Daredevil?
Absolutely. June continues to find
oh no, chat. You know what I think is happening? I think TSM is having like a they're having like a hero crisis, bro. Pizza Demon. Cal was on the rocket, now Pizza Demon's on the rocket, and then Cal had to switch to a Luna. Bro, I feel like they just don't know what to play. TSM is looking really lost right now.
They're gonna find the top here as Bedtime Story continues on their story now with
TSM is looking really lost right now. Hey, Boba.
Sadly off the map.
No way! Coming out of the portal like that just to deal with that is crazy, but that's what you have to deal with when you're here on this bridge with the environmental chaos. Pizza Demon does have that BRB, brings back Gale right afterwards. If Gale could also go for something crazy, it could be great.
This is
but
GG's. This is GG's, chat.
This
oh my god, stop it. What is my lawyer doing, bro? He's supposed to be defending me in court. What is he doing?
We have a problem, and it's Space Station coming to the America scene. What an absolute
oh yeah, that's true. Wasn't Space Station Space Station wasn't an NA team last season.
And it is at the
now hey, now they're rolling and they're rolling NA right now.
Out of Elsa. and what she can
And-
bring to the table. But
Let's
it
see, I
wasn't
want to see the
just that.
stats.
I mean, Vic,
Fila, appreciate the massive 5
Look at where
gifted
they
subs
left
as
off
well
map
on
one.
YouTube, my friend.
Singing in harmony
Absolutely
and
insane.
nailing
Appreciate
every
it.
single note. Taking a look here across the board. Anything you want to highlight outside of the obvious?
It's going to the moon, I guess. I don't know, because then you get to see Nectar, who not only popped
I
off,
appreciate the
but
5 gifted, my
literally went
friend.
down
Absolutely
twice.
insane.
Neck rise, huge problem on the Angela. Then you
I
can
guess
see
they're
the
not gonna show
adjustments that
stats.
they made.
But
and it was very quick and
Space
calculated,
Station
right? You look on the
Gaming
other side and you take a
again
look at TSM, you're wondering, were these
was the
changes that we
lowest-
needed
Hey,
to
don't do
see
that.
to
Hey,
try to
hey,
get
hey,
this
hey,
payload to the finish line? Because the one thing that Space Station noted was Doom
Space
being on the
Station
Daredevil
Gaming
saw that
was-
Cal
oh, here's the
kept
stats. I wanna see
getting
the
a lot
stats.
more out of his
44
abilities.
and
Amazing
2.
ability.
Nah,
So
chat.
they swap off.
Delete
Cal
that
getting maybe
character.
a little tilted here.
Delete
Sorry,
that
Pizza Demon,
character.
Let's try this. We were
Delete
with
it.
the Animal Crossing backline.
44
Pizza Demon
and
was,
2,
moving a little
30
bit. Still
and
got
1
harassed by
on
Doom, though,
Angela,
and he split a
36
lot
and
of
4.
that
No,
team
chat, delete it.
fire up.
Nah, this team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just survivability across the board.